After the delights of the city markets and the grand Batu caves, the boys now venture overland to the historic port city of Malacca. We join the boys as they check out the view from their accommodation.
This is our view. Once again, we went to the backpack accommodation. David likes backpack accommodation. Good view. That's a long way to the bottom on the 20th. Oh, that's freaky.
Somewhere that's Indonesia. Somewhere over there. One Straits.
The exercise class is in the middle of the mall. This is a lazy option, but it's working. David, don't look away.
This is awesome. Here's our friend.
He's our friend. He's our slave for the day.
They're giving him a workout.
Yeah. Maybe you should jump on, Dave.
What's going on
What are we doing to Yui? Oh no.
It's the bypass.
Malacca. The first time. About half an hour ago we finished one of the most amazing meals we've ever had, and we've only walked probably a kilometre, and here's Dave eating McDonald's with fries, a Shrek special. And he's wondering why he's carrying a spare tyre around his mid-waist at the moment. He could be pregnant, but he's not quite sure. Anyway, be interesting to know what happens.
This is Straits of Malacca. The whole reason that anyone lives anywhere in the world is because of these straits. And then my friends over there, that's their little huts.
They're like the ones where Russell Crowe lives at Woolloomooloo.
Yeah. It's W.
Yeah.
These are the beautiful beaches. This is the reason we came to Malacca. These are the beaches. This is the Baywatch Tower, just over here. I think David Hasselhoff, or the equivalent, the Malaysian equivalent of David Hasselhoff. So, finally made it to Straits of Malacca, and this behind me is the oldest European building in all of Asia. It was built in the 1500s, 1511. It says on the thing that back in 1670, but I think that's because there's heaps
It's wrong. Must be wrong.
There's heaps of different European powers that took over. You've got first of all the Portuguese, which built it. It's called the Formosa. After the Portuguese, it was the Dutch, and after the Dutch, it was the British. And each successive conquering mob would smash it down and then rebuild and smash it down. Just behind it is the Church of St. Paul's, and that was used by all the different mobs as their religious hut, and also by the British as a gunpowder store, because of course they didn't like Catholics, and it was Catholic consecrated church, so they didn't really want to use it for anything else. Just right where we're standing is exactly where they claimed independence. They proclaimed independence in 1957. So this year is actually 50 years of nationhood, which is pretty special. There's heaps of celebrations going on all this month, right leading up to August 31, which is when there was actually the news of the nation flag. Straight over behind that flag is where the bastion of Santiago or St. James is, and that's where the Portuguese had their first fort, and that was their stronghold of power in the Malacca Straits. us off to Cameron Highlands, that's where the tea comes from, and I can't wait to have my first cup of real tea. I want to pick the leaves, put them in some hot water, and say that I've had the freshest possible tea imaginable. It's like a 4-hour bus ride, so I'm not looking forward to that, unless we get the flash-ons with the really cool curtains, and then it's going to be good. But, I don't know, we'll see what happens. It'll be fun. But before we leave Malacca, we're going to go and have a look at the Dutch Quarter, and there's a few churches there, and I don't know, lots of trishaws. That's one thing about Malacca, is that there's trishaws everywhere. They're very, very pretty. They got really cool guys that have really cool music on them. Okay, I couldn't not let you see this. This is the Museum of Enduring Beauty. Now, we're not so bold as to go in and find out what it's all about, but my hair's looking really, really good today, so I'm thinking it's quite appropriate that we should go in there. We're kind of rushed for time. And then right next to it is the Museum of Malacca, and it's kind of like the equivalent of the Labour Party. So you've actually got a museum here for a political party. The main party in power there, Dr. Mahathir's party, and one of the biggest disappointments of coming to Malacca is the simple fact that there is just so much development on top of all the history, and even the historical stuff is really painted to look like it was kind of belongs on the Gold Coast. You know, it doesn't look really authentic. But one thing that was really cool to see is just when we were walking between the two parts of the Portuguese area and the Dutch area, it's this dig site here. Now they've obviously been kind of, we're in the grounds of the police station. Now obviously trying to extend the building, and they've thankfully come across some archaeological site. And as you can see out there, they're doing a dig to fully check it out, which is cool. And you kind of appreciate that now with Malaysia obviously coming of age and realising that there's a real historical significance to these ruins. Good on Malaysia. So this is the whole reason that people come to this part of Malacca, and that is the Dutch Quarter. Behind it is the Dutch Reformed Church. Now it's an Anglican church. They changed it over in the 1800s when the British retook control, and because they swapped. It's what the British used to do. They swapped New York and all those sorts of things, and the British ended up with this, which is why, you know, everyone speaks English here instead of Dutch, and the Indonesians speak Dutch instead of English, which is pretty cool. One thing that you can't get over in Malaysia is the gardens. They put so much work into their gardens. It's absolutely beautiful, and they throw rubbish in them, but still they really look after them. But you know what? You can always tell you're in a Dutch Quarter when you see little windmills. You know you're in Asia when you see that little Asians.
The wholesale area of Malacca. Narrow street.